So the class is called the King's Gambit, right? So why that name? Do you know another game where you hear the King's Gambit? Sorry?
It's a chess play,
It's
right?
in chess, yes, it's in chess. So basically what is a gambit? What does a gambit mean? In chess it means that you lose a piece in favor of gaining better structure. So in Jiu Jitsu we have our arms and our legs, and so in the King's Gambit, in triangle, they're actually going to offer your neck and your arms, so basically offer the triangle in order to gain structural advantage, and you can do your advantage with that. So it's very hard. So like I teach yesterday, look, I always teach you rock bottom, have a straight posture, have a straight back, and that's okay. See, then you cannot get stacked. But the moment often when people go to triangle, they start to bend their spine, and that's the moment you can stack. Okay? In order for you to submit someone, I see submission as like doing like mountain climb. You have to get to the top, right? And in order for you not to get to the top, there only needs to be one part of that road which you cannot pass. And if you cannot pass one ledge, then you can be the best climber in the world, but you're not going to reach that top. The same thing with any submission at all. So maybe there's 5, 6, 7, 10 steps in a submission until you get there. If you can stop one stop of that sequence, then you will not get tapped. Yeah, okay. And later you can tire the guy out and use that to your advantage as well. So now look, I have like one story I can tell. I fought in the Europeans a few years ago, Europeans Nogi in Rome, and my first opponent was Augusto Ribeiro. I don't know if you know the name. He's very good. I think he win the Europeans like 2-3 times in a row. But I fight him. So I think okay, he's gonna be hard to fight. So what I did, I go for a quick single leg. My wrestling is quite good. I take a single leg, and the guy jumps triangle. Okay, so okay, great. So he jumps triangle, and you end up on bottom. And what happens? You don't get points until you escape the submission. Okay, but once you get out, you get 2 points. So I was stuck there for like 2-3 minutes. So okay, I feel actually comfortable here. He will not be able to tap me. So I escape, get my 2 points. And then the guy, he's hard to beat. And if you just stay there, what happens if you don't move? Then you get penalized. So I think, you know what, by myself, okay, look, let's enter the triangle again. Because I know I just survived it for 2-3 minutes. It's going to be more time. So enter triangle again. And then the guy has to waste all his resources to do that. And then in the end, I got out, and because it was so rushing, I could actually take the back end, and then the fight was finished. So that's a way, like, on a high level, that was the first time I actually did it on high level. So okay, look, if I can do this with this guy, it's probably, and this was in no-gi. So in gi, it's actually even easier. Now, what I'm going to go about today, I'm going to show you how to behave in a triangle, see, and do the stack from there. And then I'm going to do setups and show you places where you can use it as well. Okay, so Francesco, can I use you, please? So come here, please. So why do I say it's easier in gi? Look, because okay, first of all, let's do a full triangle, please. Yeah, and okay, look. Like the ideal triangle where there is no escape. So do that, please. Exactly. There it's over. Awesome. So that was a goal, by the way. So look what Francesco did. Exactly what he did. He has to have an angle. See? Now he wants to grab something. He can grab my leg, grab my arm. I always tell to grab the arm, because if you go for the leg, in MMA they can still knock you out. And a punch is exactly the same thing as a choke. Just the choke is pressure over time, which will kill you, and a punch is sudden pressure, which will kill you right away. So if you want to be safe against punches or against chokes, treat them as the same. So if I get here, I can actually put pressure on him as well, right? So for me, the worst place to be would be his arm gets over his knee here, hand over the knee, yeah. And now he makes an angle, squeezes and closes. Now tap. So go for it again, please. If your neck stays like this. Now relax, give me a chance, okay? So if you can squeeze, but if your head stays like this and I can come up, now the triangle will not be easy anymore, correct? So you try to finish it here. Not impossible, but it's gonna be harder. See? And we had a race already going on for now. So because now we're at a battle. The battle was between me getting choked and you being comfortable getting squashed. And again, like here, I'm 99% sure you can actually tap me here at this point, but this is quite far. Look, relax a little bit, please, relax, see. If you want to open the legs of the triangle, see, I'm gonna start gently stacking you, okay, look. If I start to go over, there are rarely people, see, who can take it, see, going all the way over, and then the leg starts to open. And then it becomes basically a double under pass, only better. So the goal is actually to get to a position like this, where you can start slowly passing the guard or even choke before you pass the guard. I'll go back, please. So what I want you guys to do right now is this. It's very dangerous for me to cross my arm to that side. So I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna use the lapel, and you're gonna make it, so in no gi you can just put a fist in his armpit. The downside is, it's a bit easier still for him to cross it. You will have more leeway, and then you have to do other things. But the easiest thing is to train it with gi, and then later start doing it by yourself in no gi, and it will also work. You'll just get tapped a few times, and then you will figure it out. So you get the grip of the gi here, pull a bit backwards, like quite a lot of slack, and you're gonna push your fist into his armpit. Okay? Now close your triangle, please. Sorry, close your guard. And from here, and this is 9 out of 10 how I start my if I end up in close guard, this is what I do 9 times out of 10. And good, like advanced people rarely take the bait these days. If you're here, put your nose in the middle. Why in the middle? Look, if I put my head on this side, there's a limit how far I can sprawl this hip. And the same on the other side. And if Francesco can trap my head in one side, see, now he actually controls my body. I don't mind him controlling my head. I mind him controlling my rotation. So I always want to have to keep my head in the middle. The same as I plant my nose on the floor, now I'm going to do it on his chest. Ideally, I control this arm as well. Put my nose in the middle, and then we go tight. Don't want to spread ourselves out. Then here, the next step, you're going to put your hand inside. Okay, right now, please, Francesco, go for a triangle, please. Okay. Bam, see? And that's the moment you can go in. See, the moment he bends his spine to go up, that's the moment you can start stacking. Now here, close your legs, please. Okay. Close your legs. Okay. And I want you guys just to get the ideal thing right away. And then later we're going to do steps how to get there. So you're going to feed the lapel a little bit over here, and both hands around the lapel. Now just go up. See, and now try to, okay, let's fight, go. Can you even close the triangle a little bit? Okay. Sorry?
Not without moving.
Not without moving that. Yeah. The last time is a good remark, because the last time I got tapped in triangle in competition was this. He closed the triangle. See, I was too eager trying to pull my arm out, and then I got the arm board. And I think that was the last time I got the arm board. It was about a few years ago in competition. Okay. So try this, please. Play a bit around. So get the lapel. Put the arm here. He goes for the triangle. See here. Initially, you're just gonna give me the grip for free. Get both of them, keep your elbow tight, keep your head up. Here, it's almost, you try to triangle, go for it. It's almost impossible to do this, because you always have space open here. See? Now if he catches my head and he pulls it down, see, it's still okay. You just start to go up. And keep your weight over. See? And triangle will make more details here, so play with this a little bit. Okay? One more thing. Stacking is only dangerous if you do it rough. I should actually have said this more clearly in my previous class of close guard. So, lay down please. So if I do, for example, a double under pass, and I just run him over, relax please, I'm not gonna go rough, but imagine I run him over like a train. He will injure himself, he will be sore tomorrow, but he will still be able to roll through and with a sore neck continue the fight. So it's egoistically speaking, it's not a good thing for me either. So the day after he will be sore, but today I will lose a position and he will maybe go for a double leg. So whenever you stack, you want to have control. So to protect him and to protect myself. So I want to be slowly going over it. See? And then he has a chance to turn his neck. The same with the can opener. Give your head please. See? Slowly start walking forward. You never yank. See? Your arms are just there to maintain what you already have. Okay? Let's try this please. Go. Are there any questions so far? Something that doesn't work, something weird? Nothing? Okay, so let's go to the ideal spot again, and then we work away from there. See? So actually when I teach this, usually I teach end game first, the ideal spot first. It's like doing a pull-up. If you cannot hang from the bar over here, well, if you cannot hang from the bar from here, there is no point trying to hang from here, and if you cannot do either, there's no point in trying to do pull-ups. So you do a negative, you hang here and slowly lower yourself. So do the same thing over here. If you cannot survive in the easiest spot, there is no point in doing the early part. You understand? So we're working back, and how far we will get, it depends on the time, and maybe we can get all the way where I'm mounted in a triangle, which also will happen, but probably we'll just stay in the close guard. So I want to get here. Okay, look. So what will happen? Look, if Francesco closes the triangle, see, there is no way he can stop me from coming up. Right? If he wants to have a better chance, he needs to keep his foot on my hip. See, here. And stay in the middle for a second, please. Yeah. And what I usually teach here, see now it goes into my triangle class actually, but squeeze your knees, see, and open this foot. Put your leg backwards, yes. And this is weird, right? But look what happens. Put your hand on the floor, please. See, look. I'm going to try to stack you, okay? So do the rock bottom. See? It's very hard for me to go in. If Francesco manages to walk away from me, that's when it gets tighter. You keep the knee pushed in. Yes. See, open your knee a bit. Open your knee more, see? And I can start going forward again. But squeeze the knee inside, open the foot. There is no way I can go inside. I'm going to try to walk that side now. And I will never get out in this way. Leaves me one spot where I can go. Don't move, okay, Francesco? See, I can start rotating here. And that's when you put your head closer here. Take a step. And now you put your left foot on the floor. And now close. And then I put myself inside a triangle. And there is an even better triangle, because I believe technically it should not be possible to triangle, especially in gi, should not be possible to triangle people if your both shoulders are on the floor. So what I do when I triangle to bypass this whole problem and the stack is this. So, like I told you in my previous class, there is an imbalance between top and bottom game. On top you can do a central sprawl and keep your neck completely up. And on bottom you can also do the central sprawl, which is actually a neck bridge. But I'm not comfortable in teaching people doing it because it might be dangerous for your neck. So leave it with the only safe motion is the side bridge, the baby bridge. So when I do the triangle, I do here. So I do the exact same thing, see, here. But when it starts to push forward, see, freeze. I'm actually posting my foot and I make this escape here. And it's super weird, there's all space here, but still, see, feel this motion. And I make a straight back. So now try to stack me. I can shift my weight. See? Circle this side. I can use it to flip him over, see? Or if he pushes back now, use it to go back. So we're actually, it's like this. See? When you're teaching your class from a close guard, see? And like Sandro Ribiera also fight is always, for me it's always better to take the back. So he goes away, pull him in, and make the escape with the knee to the floor, correct? Yep. This. So now it's just the same thing. You're having a triangle, he pushes forward, so you bring the arm away, see? Post, and do the exact same transition, only my leg happens to be around his neck instead of around his waist. And then to finish, don't make a ball, because if I make a ball, he can go up. If Francesco manages to catch my head here, he's winning the fight right now. So all I do here is again the same thing. Rock bottom, see? So arch your back, see? Pull your heels to your butt. So actually, no, it's first is pull your heels to your butt, elbows against your knees, and now arch your back. And it's either the tap or what makes him move, and in the motion we can use. You guys want to test this? We want to continue. Okay, so test these things, like 5 minutes, and then we go back to the, because this is what I want to avoid. Okay, then we go back into the Gambit itself. Let's try. A video about it once when I did on competition, and then on YouTube, and the reaction was, yeah, against a bad guy you can do that. It was against another black belt, but yeah, the guy was not good, we did a bad triangle, or this, and if you do this on me, you will tap. I will tap you every single time. But it's a very bad way to see things, I believe. Come here, please, look. You have to see it like this. A triangle is not a choke. A triangle is a position and there is a choke. If I'm in close guard, Francesco can kimura me, can Americana me, harder, but can Americana. He can do chokes, he can do guillotine, he can do arm bars, and maybe go to omoplata. There's a whole bunch of things. And what changed if I go to triangle? What changed? There is a choke, there is an arm bar, there is different things. But for example, the collar choke becomes very hard for you to do here. And he has to be very wary for me to pass it to one side. So it's like a trade-off. It's a gambit on this side and a gambit on my side. The days of you entering triangle and victory are over. In the past, it was just close your legs, pull to get the high guy's head. And mostly because I tried to pull out and make it worse for them. You have to enter the triangle. You give the opponent what he wants until it's not wanted anymore. So now we're going to add mirroring to this. Look, so imagine I got all the way over here, I got lucky, I got my grips, got this, and we're going to fight for that later, see? So, okay, put your foot on my hip, please. The moment he closes triangle, it's a death penalty. If he keeps his foot there and starts to fight, actually, you have to see it like this, he has to treat the triangle position as a guard. That's it. And if he keeps structure, I will have a battle. And he can start breaking my grips. How can he break my grips? Well, just from here, just on strength. Try to break my grips just with your arms alone.
Arms alone?
Yeah. It can be done, but it's harder, right? So his best way to break my grip is to look over his shoulder, make a baby bridge. No, so don't move B, just move your head backwards. See, and now my grip gets slight, and now he can start to break my grip. And now I get into trouble, a little bit. There's still many steps before he can actually kill me, but it starts to get worse. As long as I can keep these grips, there is no way he can triangle me. Now, usually what will people do when they're here? And you wait, see, because I said, like, look, the mouse goes into the trap if the cheese is very good. So you'll be here and you act like, okay, and he goes for a triangle. Okay, close this triangle. Well, listen to me, please. So close your triangle. I know you will not do it, but you're gonna imagine it's good cheese, right? So here, see, once he closes the triangle, he has to bend his spine. That's when I can always go forward. Now look, to make a grip strong, if I'm away from my grip, see? So like, look, here he can break my grip. But imagine I don't even have a grip and I put my weight here. You try to remove my hand from this spot. It's very hard because my weight is into it. So a grip is never you pulling that grip for dear life. It's actually, it's there, it's a help. But most of the thing of the grip is just put your weight into it. My grip is very relaxed. Because imagine this, if I pull the gi this way and he pulls the gi that way, does it get easier or harder for my fingers? Right? We do opposite things. So I have to follow. If you want to break my grip and I can follow, you cannot break my grip. So don't always yank grips, just to help, right? So now look, once I get over, I aim to get my weight up, so put your head in the middle. I know we will not do it, but just a little bit like here. Okay, good. Now we're gonna mirror. If he puts his head to this side, go back your head to this side. So move your head. See, I'm gonna put my right hip to that side as well. Not all the way over, just stop him here. Grab my leg, please. See, and go, 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 go. If he catches my leg, I have this arm free, and I can go deeper. And I can wait. Try to sweep me here. You can do it if I'm not in the center, then you can sweep me. So again, like I said in my close guard class, be there, find the spot where they cannot sweep you, and then move a bit away from that spot. How do you sweep someone? It's always the same thing. Look, he goes underneath. See, to sweep someone, what do you need? You need my weight to be, wait for a second, to be well, not in the middle. So if my weight is here, and he moves his head away from me, I will get swept. If I compensate to go to that side, see? In the middle I will win, but if I compensate and I go through, he goes to the other side, and I'm out of balance again. Now it's asymmetric. There is a sweep, here is a triangle on this side, right? So now again, if he goes underneath this leg, see, go underneath my leg, see? If I'm out of balance, yeah, then I'm screwed. But if I stay here, it's fine. If he realizes he cannot go anywhere, he switches the side to the other side. He's gonna walk to this side as well. But since I control the head, he tried to switch again. I'll get him stuck. So even if he goes slightly between his head over there, I still rotate back in. Goes to the other side, I go here. Because if his head goes this way, and I don't go, I give a lot of space for him to open my elbows. So you can always keep your elbows tight and keep following this. So again, weight over, put his head to one side, I walk to that side. Goes to the other side, I go to that side. You can even go from here, I do it often with ladies. You go here, start choking from inside the triangle, do these things. Okay? So play with that, play with the balance, let yourself get swept, and then slowly hone in on that spot where you cannot get swept. And it's always be compact and lean over to 12 o'clock. Okay? Try please. And turn the head to the side, the hip to the side where the head is going. Is anyone confused? Oh, cause. Okay, it's confusing because I said this is the ideal triangle and this is how to do the gambit. So, and now I get questions, how do we do it? Okay, which one? So, it's not because about the triangle. So, to be honest, I think it's a bigger challenge to do the triangle than to get out of the triangle. It's always, submissions have to do a few steps in a row to be correct, and defense have to block one of those steps. Now, escaping is another matter, but just surviving the spot is the correct pose at the correct time, and until, well, before the end, you can always do that, right? Francesco, come back, please. So look, gi or no gi. Look, basically it means this, look. So in the gi it's safer, but look, if I'm here, see, and I'm in his triangle, and he keeps his head up like that, and if I can put my hand underneath his neck here, there is no way you're gonna triangle me over here. See? So this also works. This one is an early one, see? But the problem is it can still get slipped. So that's why with the gi, I just grab here or put the sleeve, and I've never been triangled so far when I had this grip. Not in competition, well in training maybe as a white belt, but it's many years ago to be honest. So But if I'm here and he puts his head up, see, or I can even just put my hands here. See, now try the triangle, go. See? If I go up, see, closer triangle, closer triangle. See? There is no way you can stop me from doing this. And even if my head is low, put my head low, see? And I start to go up, see, finish me please. See? It's going to be very hard. Now what is the trick? Go back please. The trick is, you need this arm to do something. And that's also how you can beat me. Look, so it's not about this arm. To be honest, look, we always believe that we have to cross the triangle the arm over there on that side. That's what is generally taught. But I do not agree. Because on this spot, you put my both hands together. So I can work together. Right? There's another chess comparison. It's like in chess, your two horses or your two bishops are better than a horse and a bishop. It's the two, you know what I mean? Two arms are better together and two legs are better together. And combinations can work, but it's hard. That's what I believe. Maybe I change my mind in the future. That's what I believe. If I split your limbs apart, they cannot help each other. So imagine you're doing MMA. You trap someone's arm over here. Trap my arm, please. Here. And if my arm trapped over here, would you ever think about letting this arm go and bring it to the other side?
Nope.
No, you would punch me in my face with this one. Punch me, bam, and then go back. And I want to get out, and slowly, little by little, I put myself into the spot where the triangle is. Because of course, why would I make this angle? Well, I'm not stupid. But if they keep healing me in my butt or like bump me in the face, huh? And look, and in your desperation to bring the arm to the other side, bring my arm up, you actually bring me to the spot where I want to be. And now it's even harder to finish a triangle. And here it's possible again. But not ideal. Like, so look what happens. So when do you cross the arm? See, if I get my arm out, if I fight for it, the moment I get here, now you can raise your hip and now bring it to the other side. And in this case, you're still better off here to treat it like a back take. So here, put your foot on the floor, see, and escape your knee to the floor. Exactly. Close your legs, and now I'm in trouble. Because it's actually a back take, like it's going to from side triangle to reverse triangle. And I believe actually a central triangle from here is only possible so far if I make one very stupid mistake. That is going with my arm first. So I can even be having this grip over here, right? And you block my arm, okay? So should be here. See, if I cross the arm, so you bring my arm to the other side. See, now I'm in trouble. Over here. So now is the trick. How do we get the arm to the other side? Or how, because it can also be I reach for the collar. He doesn't give me. I cannot finish the gambit. And if I get my arm inside and I go myself, now is the problem, you can push it through. And now close the triangle, please. Don't let me do this, okay? So keep my arm trapped. Yeah. And now in my desperation of escaping the choke, relax a little bit. I have to give him the arm bar and vice versa. It becomes a double attack. So what is the trick here? This is cool. This is really cool, I think. I'm really proud of this one. So when you go here, put your arm on your back. Here. And now fight. Go. It's hard, right? Okay? It's at least hard, okay? And it's not a fair shot because I'm waiting and I'm telling him to move around, and it's not a fair shot. But when do you take the next step? So little by little you try to go up. So wait for 1 second, please. Okay, so because we can have this battle forever, but so we go here and I put my arm on my back. And then you start give another gambit, you give the leg, and he goes for the leg. He goes underneath and then you cross the arm over. And this should be a death penalty every single time. The only mistake you cannot make from here, close your triangle, see, is to try to get the arm out too soon. I made this mistake once in competition, cost me the finals. I'm never gonna make that mistake again. Even not when it's super, look, because, close please, you can get lucky and slip it out, but if you get stuck, you get arm barred. So if you keep it open here, just little by little grind him over. Go forward, and I'll treat it as like a double under pass. Keep your elbow closed. I'm not gonna turn into a double under class, you can see this. This class is already online actually. But what I try to do basically is go forward, get my arm out when the legs are open, get the butt up, elbow on the floor, and start choking him from here, which will most likely not work. Then I start, knee on belly and so on and so on and so on. Once again, or is clear?
Mm-hmm. One more time. Who said one more time? Yeah. I keep a tab on
Don't sprint.
I was about to say that. I said that.
I keep a tab on you.
So in gi, be here, no gi, works. This is more dangerous. Go for the head. Even full, or even this, go from here first, get the head first, and then put the arm. There's no danger, as long as you control it. If there's a bent spine, well, yeah. And if I would have one question for Danaher, for example, because he teaches to bend and to keep the toes pointed. And I've tried it. Maybe I'm really missing a big deal, or I cannot say because I never rolled with his guys, right? But I cannot get it to work the way they explain the triangle. So, but it's maybe just me. Like if I do it, I get squashed, and if I do it from I always get squashed, and if they do it on me, I pass. But so maybe I miss something, or maybe my partners miss something. But in all fairness, I cannot figure that out how that will work. But I'm here, elbow inside. See? Okay. Put the arm there. They go for the triangle. Great. You pull the triangle. Keep your arm close. Slowly start. You can occasionally post. You can just not reach. So this is actually fine. So the post to get up. Great. And then you hide the arm. Okay. You mirror the opponent. See, make sure you stay in the middle. The moment he goes for the leg, that's when you go over. Just make sure you're not too far over, because he will squash you still. You stay here. See? Gets the leg, then you go. Catch. And then little by little, grind through it. Okay? Play with this a little bit more. So first the question, did you guys learn something so far? Yes. Then mission is always, because always a trick and a challenge, if you like to talk a lot, to put it into 1 hour, right? Okay, but good. So the idea is more to experiment with it. See, I have on my YouTube channel more things about this as well for free. Okay, so you can watch it there also. Francesco, come here please. So the whole basics of guard passing and to be on top, actually for me, like in every single position, let's take single legs for example, single leg X. Okay? For me the whole thing about passing the guard and being on top is always keep his head in the center and put your weight slightly over. And it becomes hard if he moves like frantically around, it becomes hard to do this, but if I'm on top here, see, push me straight backwards, that becomes a challenge, right? And if I leave this, so we're both in the center theoretically here, right? Okay, good. The first one to leave the center is on the downside. He moves his head to that side, and I rotate. Now we had a discussion with Preet, he says, yeah, but sometimes you move first. Yes, you do. The point is just how much. See, so if let's say I'm here, and I go switch, then yes, you can bait with it. That becomes the game, because if you both wait forever, which actually becomes often, like when I fight, when you have two good guys together, it's often like a waiting match. Who takes the first mistake? Okay, so you put your weight over, and then you always wait. And initially that's always my goal, wait and see if I can just beat his mind. Okay, he's not beating his mind, so then they can start thinking, okay, the clock, the referee, is he someone who likes to, because that happens a lot. If the referee is a flexible bottom guy, then the guy on top will get stalled. And if it's a heavier guy, he will respect the top game. And if he's a referee who never competed and trained, what also happens, then good luck. Then it's a coin toss, you know. So, and okay. But so look, if I go first out of the center, he moves his head away. Okay, he'll expose it. I go first to that side, he moves this. Okay, and I get that all balance. Northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. The same thing in the triangle. So, and for me, the whole reason to start playing this game was, look, I lost so many matches when I get out of the close guard, get out of the spider guard. Because if you think it was your something, if you think you had problems with spider guard, well, guess what? The same thing for me. I mean, advantage behind, good spider guard player in bottom, practically the match is over. Because all I have to do is wriggle their butt a little bit and no stalling, and penalty, penalty, penalty. So you enter the triangle. They get the advantage as well. But at the very least, now I can wait and take my time, right? So now look, every time when I'm in triangle, go here, please look. If I reach first, it's a danger. So I just wait here, hang out. The moment he goes, he puts his arm underneath my leg. He lifts his head up, and then I go. Can be here, even safer to grab the head. And now magically the can opener is allowed, because I'm not in close guard anymore. Okay, keep tight please, see? And if he bends his neck, see? I can go over. Can he beat this? Yes, he can beat this. He can raise his chin up, in the middle. Raise his chin up, arch your spine, see? And walk away. But then we're still here, so it's just a step back. You have to make like 2, 3, 4, 5 mistakes in a row until I actually get triangled. So far, that is the how to behave here. What else can happen? Look, imagine he pushes me to that side. See here, boom. Okay. What I often try to do, look, if the arm goes here, that's also a danger. He pushes me to that side, I try to drag my arm out and put my hand into his hip. Okay, you look away, I'm looking away. And I wait, and I keep looking away until he comes back. He comes back, I go in. And I go here. Even if you close your triangle here, go for it. See? You can wait. Go on top, put your head on the floor. Put your leg a turtle, you wait. If your elbow gets further, probably if you keep it sealed here, it's great. If it turns like this, see, I can keep rotating. Pressure on his back. Start opening his triangle. And if he comes back closer with his head, see, I can go for the collar. Start going up. And stack him this way. Got it so far? Okay, good. Now, to go a bit faster, come back in please. You have the King's Gambit, you also the Queen's Gambit, that's for the omoplata. So every time I'm going here, and if he goes for the omoplata, again if I can stack him, see if I go over, he goes for omoplata, he can walk around, see, and I have the exact same thing here. Honestly speaking, this is hard, I find it hard to keep my balance. It's more unlikely I'm going to get submitted, but it's more likely going to get swept. I find this one more, I do this one more as a cross, and the other one is my jab. So always going for, so this one, and I will never expose that. The triangle I will expose, the omoplata side, I will just go with that pass if he goes for it. Especially against heavier people, they can kick you away. Now, guys, can you throw my gi please? So. And what is my game plan on competition often these days? Stand up please, look. And this works like magic, okay? So, if I get this grip on competition, see, the game is half won. I'm not saying I'm gonna win for sure, but this is the biggest battle. So right now, look, you're gonna get the grip also, see? And let's say now it pulls a guard, go for a guard. He goes for it, just, this can happen, this is great, see? Either, if this happens, I have to liberate my leg and still be here, or it can go directly there. So every time, so let's make it be more extreme please, okay? Look, stretch your leg please, and keep this, and put spider. No, like put your foot here. Who's winning the fight here right now? Who's winning the fight? You would say him, right? Okay, look. And now if I start fighting back here, I expose my feet. So my trick is here, just hang into it. My answer is always answer pressure with pressure. You put pressure on my hip, I put pressure on my hip, pressure on my arm. See? And smart people, or it depends. I cannot, well, in my experience so far, if I'm here, go for triangle please. See? He has to fight my game over here. And he actually did it good this way. He keeps his straight spine. Makes it slightly harder. But you feel still you'll have some work to do here. And again, it's about this arm. If I keep the arm in, he goes for my leg, drops the arm first. If I get here, the fight is practically finished here. So, go back please. Put your foot on my hip. Now imagine I'm here, see? And you fully raise your hip up to catch it. So this one. See, that's like, this is that penalty. The only way you can get out of this is you run away fast, or really overcommit. So basically, every single time I get, when I'm, come here please, when I'm fighting, and I get this grip, I can do whatever I like. See, I can hang in, see, just be here all the time and hang out. This is my sword, this is my shield. I don't grab with this arm, just be here. Doesn't matter, see. And the moment he goes for triangle, then I know I'm in the good spot. And really try this now. Go back please. Now pull guard like be here. See, pull guard again. Look. What I always try to do is keep this like right away and enter into it. He goes for it, see, and we start smashing him. So that's the general idea from this. Any questions about it? Yes.
Like as a blue belt, I see a wrist lock maybe.
Oh, there's a wrist lock, there's a triangle choke, there's a back there, there's many things.
Yeah, but like this grip, you know, like I was.
Okay,
like,
can I come back here,
like
please?
how to prevent the
Yeah, well there is
not getting wrist locked on this side.
that's good. Well, I've been threatened by the wrist lock and it's been closed, but never happened so far. So what I have to do in the beginning is keep my arms, my hands straight. That's first. So put the lock, please. Tap me one time, and then I will tell my meaning about it. Okay, so tap me one time. No, go slowly. It is there. It is there. Tap. There you got it. So if my elbow is open, yes. If I keep my elbow more tight, go it again, please. Oh, go for it. Break it. Look, the pain is there. Now all I can say is this. You don't want to get, if it will be competition and I'm winning and it's important, I will maybe give my wrist. Okay, that's one, but it's not a good answer for training. So if I keep my elbow tight, so here, so go for it. Look, if I feel it's getting tight, you can raise your hand up over here. And then it stops to be there. You gotta recognize it. And also look, what is the downside for him? Once he goes here, see, I can start crossing my arm over. So what I'm more afraid about is actually him not going for the triangle at all and just keeping the leg. Because actually the counter to it. But the correct thing for him to behave here is to stay here, see? And if I drop, then he can go for it. So the whole battle is for me how to get the leg on my shoulder. If he goes for it, go for it. Come, so I can go in. If he keeps his leg open, then it's gonna be harder. Well, keep your elbow tight. If it gets too much, raise the arm. See, and then if ideally you start switching the grip for this, because you can punch on his throat, and then actually go for triangle again. See, you can play with this as well. With the how you call this the punching choke or whatever. Yeah, and this puts more urgency on him. Yeah, and then no-gi. I don't know if this is allowed. I teach it sometimes, but
Punch people.
the Vader choke. Huh?
Yeah, as long as you don't pinch, you're fine. And I'm a BJJ rule set. If you just feel like this, that's legally permitted. Unless you have a really shit ref. Which does happen.
Exactly. Okay, so that's it. It's Shanti's turn now. I don't want to go. I already stole 1 minute, excuse me. So, bye. Thank you.